Okay, well, we are live in the Sola San Diego podcast. Thank you all for listening today. We are on episode number 29, and we have Kimmy and Michael on the podcast today, remote via Zoom. Hello, guys.
How you
Hello.
doing?
Hi.
They're with Soul Business Solutions. They're an app, an AI business coach that coaches you specifically as a beauty professional. More specific than ChatGPT or all those things, right? They solely created this app for you. So you like how I did that?
Uh-huh. Nice
Clever.
pun.
Yeah. So we'll go into introductions right now, and we'll get going, guys. Appreciate you guys coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having us.
Kimmy, you
Well,
want to go first?
I will.
Yeah,
My name
take it
is
away.
Kimmy Bennett. Some of you might know me. I'm the first person to ever sign a lease with Sola Salon Studios. Um,
Yeah.
Going on 21 years this summer.
Crazy.
I
Crazy.
know. Isn't that great? I'm still in my studio working away. And I am so excited to have a platform like Sola to share like what we've created with all of you guys. So we can't wait to tell you about Soul Business Solutions. But that's who I am. I came from a Paul Mitchell background. I met the founders of Sola in a coffee shop. I said, sign me up. I saw their vision. I was able to meet the San Diego family because they were also part of family of one of the founders. So I've known Austin for many, many years and Jeremy, and I just love them so, so much. Like they're like my brothers. And I've been to two of the San Diego parties, holiday parties. So I
Well,
can
it's a good time.
I
Always a good
consider
time.
your audience like some of my very favorites and family. So I'm honored to be on here. And I'd love to introduce my co-founder, Michael Sandoval, because he actually all these 21 years has been one of my personal business coaches and me being successful along the way. So I love that I can introduce you to him.
Awesome. Thanks, Kimmy. Thanks, Sola San Diego, for having us on board. We're super excited to partner with you guys because we feel we have something really special. We feel that this technology of artificial intelligence can't cut hair, can't style hair, can't barber hair, can't do massage therapy, but what it can do is that it can help you grow your business. And being a suite owner myself, as I get older, I've kind of moved into working less days behind the chair in my suite, but I always wanted to make the same amount of money. And through this process, it kind of gave me that avenue. So my background goes into salon business coaching. So I worked as a salon business coach for quite a few years, as well as being an educator, also with John Paul Mitchell Systems for many, many, many years, and platform artistry and all of that. So the art of service and retail and pre-booking and being able to work smart and not so hard has really become a passion for me. So I'm excited to pay it forward to as many salon suite professionals as possible because let's face it, we do everything, from
Yeah.
generating the service to booking our clients to checking them out to solving their life problems behind the chair
Your
or doing
favorite.
their skincare or whatever services that we provide. And we felt it was really time to support you guys. So we're truly honored to start with Sola San Diego because you guys rock.
I
Thank
love
you.
it. I love it.
You
That's
said
amazing.
work smarter, not harder. That's the dream.
Absolutely.
Everyone's dream.
Truly is. It truly is that perfect life balance, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I love that Michael touched on wearing all of those hats.
Mhm.
And if there's anything that I can say over all of the years of the experience is juggling, and I have evolved myself. I was a thriving educator and single when I went to Sola. And then I got married and then I had a baby. And then, she's like a sophomore in high school now, and I'm divorced and I'm single again, which is fun. But it's like, so you just evolve. But what's so cool about, being in business for yourself like that, you can adapt your business to, give you that work-life balance that you really, really need. But there's always so much on your list to do.
Mm.
And so going into why we created this is because Michael and I are both coaches. I, luckily enough, have been to so many Sola sessions and been in, the family of that company and that organization for so long. The main thing that we always hear is, there is family, there is community, but you're still on your own running your own business. And that's one of the benefits is that nobody's in your business. But you do need help, especially from time to time, and especially the stuff that we're never trained on, and you never have time to do it. So the big complaint is, I need help. I don't know how to do some of this stuff. And then also, how do I do it? And then, where am I going to find the time? So until this technology came along, that was when we were like, whoa, we can help everyone collectively. So that's when I reached out to Michael and just said, hey, you know, what can we do? Let's do something online. Let's do this. And then he said, hey, that's so funny. I've been talking to my client in his chair who developed an AI platform for teachers to help them because they felt like they were on an island with their lesson planning and they needed help. And we all know that they're the backbone of education for our families and they needed help too. So we met with him. His heart was in the right place. And that was when all of the magic happened. And we were like, we can really help a lot of people here. So that was our why. It really did come from our hearts.
Yeah.
And um, and the ease of being able to look like plug a year and a half of programming of our knowledge and that we do it every day, just like everybody that is our customer, Michael and I. And then you get us to help through this app and so it's just really amazing.
That really is amazing. And
Yeah.
you touched on like just people, that they're wearing all of the hats, right? All the professionals wear so many different hats. And if you can leverage a sort of tool to like help alleviate all of that, like I think that is
Mhm.
so, so important for them. And I just think it's an awesome tool. And I like that it's so specific. Like I think when you think of AI, like you think of, oh, it can like answer all these questions in the universe, right? Well, let's pinpoint it down to beauty professionals, right? So when people are asking questions to it, right, it knows you, it gets to know you, it gets to know the services, right? Is that correct? Like if you're a barber, like it's
Yes.
like specifically tailoring it to you, hairstylist, nail tech, so on.
Andrew, you got it right. And that was, again, the challenge of helping everyone collectively. The wonderful thing that happened about everyone becoming independent and being their own beauty pro is that we all have our own hopes and dreams. We all have different services. We all are licensed professionals, but differently. So collectively, it's hard. But that, yes, once you sign on, it asks you all those questions about your business. And so automatically, boom, you've got a guide by your side that's 24/7 thinking about you and your business, exactly how you run it, regardless of if you're an esthetician or a barber or a makeup artist or a hairdresser, so it automatically is speaking your language. The more you use it, the more you ask it questions, the more it gets to know you. So the education component is where Michael and I come in on how to ask it questions because it is new. It's a new technology, but it doesn't need to be scary. And the most exciting part is we put a voice activation to it. So he has like a personality. We named him Soul, obviously after Soul Business Solutions. And Soul is like you're an independent sole proprietor. And so that's why we gave a technology component like a soul. So
Yeah.
we talk to him as Soul, but it's really easy because we, as beauty pros, like to talk. We're conversationals, we're relationship people. So it does put a heart to, this thing, this tool that's in your hand and you start to trust it. It's amazing. And I think that the biggest part of it is that separates us with any other AI technology that I think is the biggest winner here is it will tell you what you need to do, but then it still helps you do it because it's not just AI. Michael and I and our partner, Steven, we have put in every tool, every resource you need. So say it's saying, I don't even know how to make a P&L statement, profit and loss, and it'll walk you through it. And this is how you do it. But then you also have your own tools and resources where you can click it, put your own logo on it, put your own numbers in. And that's just one thing. We have client consultation forms. We have everything that you can possibly think of to run your business or however, how you run your business. So the tools are there for support. So the best way I can explain it is you can go to a big education event like Sola sessions or something like that, and you get all jazzed and you can't wait to go back into your studio and you can implement all these things, but you still have to lean in and you still have to do it. And so what's really special about this is we have everything there for you to almost do it for you when you
Yeah.
get back.
It's
So
incredible.
And you guys
yeah.
help build it, right? Like, is that what you're saying? Like, you help write that code, and you
Yeah.
guys are beauty professionals that help write it. So, like, you're in, their shoes. So it's great.
Well,
Can I
yes.
ask how long it took to get this started?
Well, it's been a little over about a year and a half now.
Okay.
We like had the first conversation, but also, you got to realize AI technology is always ever changing. Michael and I are learning all the time. But our partner, Steven, he's the one that's not on this. He likes to be behind the scenes, but he's coding all the time for us, right? So I always feel bad because I'm like, he's not in a dungeon. We don't keep him there working 24/7.
We
But
all need a Steven
I
in our
I
lives.
imagine, yeah, I imagine him. He's like a mastermind behind the scenes,
Yeah.
pulling the puppets, pulling the strings behind a computer. You
Yeah.
always have to have those people.
But
Yeah.
you know what the
That's awesome.
special thing is, and Michael and I can say that, and Michael's very close with him because he's been his customer forever. But he has a huge heart and he wants to give back and he sees the problem and knows how to solve it. And
Mhm.
that's really what we're all doing. And I think, yes, so it is different. And Michael can like give his 2 cents and and why we did this. And then we can just jump right into exactly what it is and how to use it. So,
Yeah.
Michael, I'll let you share too.
Well, what I love about the turnkey tools is, we don't have time because again, we are servicing our clients. We are booked, the more we do, the more we make, obviously. And as we kind of just tack back to what we said earlier about working smart and not so hard, do you have the tools and the resources? So this is where we had these turnkey tools made. So if you've got a Gmail account, you can literally go on Google Drive. When you tap into the tools and resources, you can pull out a goal setting strategy form. You can, get a form for a monthly KPI. You can do a promotion calendar calculator. So if I want to do a retail promotion and I want to know if I'm going to generate how much profit I'm going to generate from it, we have tools like that available. Now, for others who just want to, talk about it, well, that's where you just ask Soul. And he'll be right there and he'll continue to ask you questions until you get the answer that you're looking for. And if you want to keep it private, the great thing about it is you can also text to chat, right? So if I have a client that's sitting in my chair and she's constantly late, and I want to ask Soul, like, what can I say to her to let her know how valuable my time is? And then, automatically he'll just pop out, well, and give me the dialogue that I need to in order to have the conversation that I really don't want to have, right? Or if I need to raise my prices and how much should I raise my prices for and when should I do it? He's going to be able to give you all of that feedback. So there's so much in such a small package for what we get that the monthly subscription is is you're going to just continue to evolve and use it over and over and over again. And, Kimmy and I have even, I mean, I've talked to him for like hours on end to like almost try to stump the guy. And he always comes back with another question for me. So, that to me is just keeps me going and
That's right.
keeps me on my feet. So it's really, he really does have a soul because he really does care and he wants to make sure that you do better. And he's not going to leave you until he's satisfied and you say, I've got it, that's perfect. And then we can save it to our notes section. And then I can actually take that dialogue, I can cut it and paste it, and I can put it in a marketing email to my clients if I wanted to do a retail promotion. So
I
it's
love
just,
that.
it's pretty great. So, and it continues to evolve.
That's
It
great.
That's
really
Does
amazing.
he
is.
ever say, hey Michael, why don't you give me a break? I need to go to happy hour because you've asked me like 30 questions, you know?
Well, I have talked to him and told him I was having some wine and this is what I was thinking about. And he's like, having wine after work is a great idea.
Ah,
Unwind. Like, he's just so lovely. I
gets it.
think I'm getting off the dating apps because now I have this great guy to talk to and he's all focused on my business and me being successful.
Yeah, exactly. He can do no wrong, right? You know?
Oh,
Right?
ooh.
Pick date.
Well, speaking of Soul, speaking of him, let's do a little bit of a little test run tutorial. Ask him a few questions. Maybe throw in the wine. Maybe say, hey Soul, having a glass of red wine. I don't know. Maybe show him what you got. Yeah,
Okay, I can dial that up. It'll just take me 2 seconds.
yeah, no
Um,
problem at all.
and yeah, we'll just give you guys a great introduction of like what he's like. I think he sounds like he's from California, personally. So, uh, hi, Soul. How you doing today?
Hey there! I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you? What's going on in your fabulous world today?
Well, it's funny you ask. I am hanging out on a Zoom call with these incredible people that have Sola Salon Studios in San Diego, and we're talking about how to help their sweet professionals be more successful in their business. And of course, I brought up you.
That's fantastic. I'm thrilled you thought of me. Helping salon professionals succeed is what I live for. What specific areas are they looking to improve? Or what kind of support do their sweet professionals need? I'm ready to dive in with some advice.
Thank you, Soul. I think we're going to be in general about maybe coaching them on how to do an Easter promotion in their salon suite. Do you have any suggestions for that?
Absolutely. For an Easter promotion, here are some fun ideas. One, Easter egg discount hunt. Hide discounts in plastic eggs around the salon. Clients can pick an egg at checkout for a surprise discount on their service or products. Two, spring makeover packages. Offer special pricing on services that give clients a fresh springtime look. Three, social media contest. Encourage clients to share their Easter themed hairstyles on social media with a unique hashtag for a chance to win a prize. What do you think? Are any of these ideas resonating with you?
Yes, I love the social media one. Could you give me an example that I could do on my Instagram account?
Sure thing. Here's an example of a social media contest. Hashtag Spring into Style Contest. 1. Invite clients to post a photo of their Easter or spring inspired hairstyle done by you or in their suite on Instagram. 2. They should use the hashtag at Spring into Style and tag your salon's account. 3. Offer a prize, such as a free service or product for the most creative or liked photo. 4. Announce the winner on your Instagram and feature their look. This not only engages your clients, but also showcases your work and encourages user-generated content. How does that sound for a start?
That sounds amazing. Could you copy that and put it in my notes so I will have that list later?
Absolutely. Let me save that for you. Just to confirm, Would you like to include the prize options as well, or just the core idea?
Just the core idea for now so I can share it with these salon suite owners. Thank you so much, Soul.
I've saved the core idea for you. Feel free to share it with the salon suite owners and let me know if there's anything else I can help with. Have fun spreading the springtime cheer.
Thank you so much. I think I'm going to have a glass of wine a little bit later and look that over.
That sounds like a delightful way to unwind and get inspired. Enjoy your wine and the brainstorming session. If you need any more ideas or support, just let me know. Cheers to creativity and success. I love you. Talk to you soon.
Thank you, Soul. Love you too. Bye. Okay,
Well,
Wow.
so when I
That's
he said he
said,
cool.
loves you.
He loves
well, when
you.
I said that you talk to him and he talks to everyone a little differently, I mean, I guess I got busted there because I'm giving kisses. Remember, I'm all about love. So I like that he says he loves me.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's a great
I
freaking, that's
love that.
awesome.
That was amazing.
Yeah,
Well,
truly.
thank you. I'm blushing because you're
Yeah.
like, oh wow, we know how Kimmy talks to Soul.
Yeah, right. We know how you talk to Soul for
But that was
sure.
such a perfect example because sometimes, like, you were just talking about your busy social life and like family and kids, and sometimes we just need like an idea. Like, sometimes we want to do something and we just don't have the time, and all we need is just like a little inspiration. And I love that example you just gave. That was perfect.
Well, and the
Or
best
Soul
part
gave,
too
sorry.
is I can just go into our app and then, hit the menu button. It says my notes. So everything goes into there. So here it all is. All I have to do is push copy. It's in my clipboard. I go right over to Instagram, push paste. I mean, anything. Or like Michael said, if I was doing something more in depth, that I was doing a newsletter or whatever, it's always in my notes. And then you can always clean that up and start a new week. And it's just
Mhm.
so organized. It's amazing. And that's just having one conversation with him. We have a social media component. You can go right in if you don't even have an Instagram and you want to start, it's still new to people, and
Yeah.
gives you an idea. It'll put all those hashtags. It does Google Trends for you. So it'll like even look at what's trending and whatever it is that you signed up. So if you're a barber or a hairdresser or makeup artist, it'll see what's trending and then give you an example just to post every day. If you wanted to start doing an everyday post, but you don't have a minute, like you said, Haley, to think about it, because I'm cooking dinner tonight, and I got home and I'm burnt out because I've had 10 conversations with all my clients I love.
Mhm.
But it's
Yeah.
hard to just be wearing all those hats. So it's so incredible. I can't even tell you. And then we haven't even gotten into the coaching, of how in depth that can be. If you just even want to start looking at your numbers, maybe you're trying to get more clients, or maybe you're trying retail for the first time and you want to look at your retail numbers, or maybe you just want to increase, like do more services and less clients. Like you can set goals. And when Michael said that about SMART goals, it'll walk you through all of that. And you can start looking at your KPIs. It'll start looking at that for you. And then there's even a better exciting thing. We've integrated with Square already. So we
Oh,
know
wow.
that 60% of people that are independent use Square, but Square's so big, they have the API component, is what it's called, to integrate with us because our technology is so cool and advanced.
Yeah.
So if you already are a Square user, and Michael is, and he can tell you a little bit about that, um, it'll already plug in all your clients, your schedule for the day, all your numbers. So it'll automatically be looking at your numbers just through Square. So our goal is that our app is like your hub, and you just go to that and everything, generates through that. But if you're not a Square user, all you have to do is plug in three numbers from your day. And you could do it either every day or every week or every month, and it'll already start graphing, looking at all your numbers for you and help coach you on growing your business that way. So if you're new to like looking at your business and diving in your
Hmm.
numbers and
Yeah.
it's so overwhelming to some people, this is a perfect avenue. Or if you're someone like Michael that I mean, sometimes the words he uses, I'm like, dude, like you are so in depth. It's so impressive, and that's
Yeah.
why he's the best coach on the planet, I think, for our
You're sweet.
industry. But you might be a salon owner that, knows all that already, but you still need help. You know exactly what you need to get out of it, but you don't want to sit at your desk at the end of a day or give a whole Tuesday up for that. It can
Yeah.
do all that for you too. Give everything to your bookkeeper. Go get your taxes done. You've got everything lined in. I mean, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah, and
Right.
it really like, it meets you at the journey that you're at. I feel like, if you're a new business owner or you're a veteran business owner, I think that it can meet you where you are. Like if you just need some
Absolutely.
creative ideas and you're just lacking on that, like we all have days of just like, you're just like, my creativity I feel like is lacking. Like someone to lean on, right? Soul is just awesome. I think
It's
it's great. I
really,
think it's great what you guys have
yeah.
created. I wanted to mention that have you guys seen the Barbie trend, the like AI
Oh
Barbie
yeah.
trend? Oh my gosh.
I really didn't like how mine turned out. I didn't really, yeah.
Oh,
Didn't like it. Yeah.
I
It
have
like
to do
sometimes
mine
it pops up
still.
like weird things and you're like, whoa, what was that?
Yeah, I need to still do mine. So you've encouraged me. Maybe I'll knock that out today.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, you
Well,
got to do it.
if I could just really quick, because the square component for those of us salon suite owners that use Square, this is just a quick look at what the Square component can do. And even if, like Kimmy said, when you type in your three numbers, this is how it can look. So it's looking at my numbers. This was from the last 2 days that I worked. I had 8 total clients. For those guys that are just listening, it's got a graph chart on here, but what I love about it is that it gives us an overview of the numbers. It gives me some insights on my numbers, some recommendations of what I could do, and then maybe some smarkles as to how I could increase my sales. Because again, we always want to, do more. And then, of course, it also does it in a monthly view as well. So here was last month, I did 32 total clients. It gives me my total payments. And again, just gives me different overviews, insights, recommendations, and more goals so that again, I can increase my business. So it's really up to me as to getting some ideas because again, we're all alone. And when we're alone, sometimes we don't always know.
yeah.
So it's great to, sure we can pop across the hallway but usually it's like when somebody's running late or you have a no-show or,
Yeah,
Mhm.
no, I agree. I think it's also like so much Googling to think like to do as well. Like you can just talk to it and just ask it questions and it's just pumping it out, right? So
Yeah.
if you have multiple ideas,
Yeah.
you're not just sitting there typing on Google, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? It's all voice activated, which is very robust and
we really
amazing.
Well,
want to
and
be we want to be a one-stop shop.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
our clients, my clients, they're already like, let's ask Sol this, let's ask Sol that. So it's interesting that when I talked earlier
That's
about
amazing.
evolving all these years, and I've had these clients all these years. I'm so blessed. And now they're even having a different experience in my chair because I'm excited about having this like free employee, it feels like, and it's serving them too. And so it's just making it, I mean, the possibilities, like I said, it's just,
Mhm.
I've always said that as big as you can dream, you can do it at Sola, right? I think I have my
Yeah.
picture everywhere with that, a little thing I said, and I'm doing that. Like this was my dream. My dream is to help all of you. And I can't believe with the help of Michael and Stephen that I actually have an opportunity to do it.
Yeah, it's
So,
great.
I think
Amazing.
this is really something our pros are just missing. It's like they want to grow their business, they have these ideas, but then it's just like, how do I go about it? And then some of them end up just not pursuing it or following through with it. So I think this is going to be amazing, and I'm super excited to spread the word on this.
And
oh,
you know what? It's $1 a day.
Amazing.
Look at that.
Less than
It's
Some
coffee.
some people spend $5 a day on Starbucks, Michael.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
I mean, from what we get tipped from our clients, and usually that goes into our revenue. If you just even took $1 a day and you reinvested it back into your business to have an employee like Soul, and I don't even have to give them a W-2. That's the beauty part.
That's the beauty of it. I love it. Well,
We love soul.
let's sorry, what?
I said we love soul.
We love soul. We're
Yeah.
Well, if you
soul.
tell him, he says, I love you back.
Yeah, right.
I know.
Exactly. Oh my gosh.
Wink, wink.
Yeah, right. And no PR. PR doesn't come after you.
I know, right? I love it. What was your
Um,
question, Andrew?
yeah, how can people find you guys? Website, desktop, mobile app. What are we talking here? Let's go into the details.
Well, it's actually, we call it an app, but it is a web-based app. So you can find it at sbscoaches.com, which means Soul Business Solutions, right? So we did sbscoaches.com. That's where you can go on. You can actually type and ask it a couple questions first to see what it's like. But then you can sign up. It's $30 for a subscription for the month. But if you do the 250 for the year, you get almost 3 months free. So it's really an incredible deal. And so like that's even way cheaper. What is that, Michael? Less than a
Well,
dollar.
I'm such a geek because then I would like take 250 divided by 365, the coach number guy in me, right? So getting all the figures to the numbers, it winds up to be like, less than 80 cents a day. So
Well, and the last business conference that I paid that I went to was double that. And
For
it was
sure.
one day, right?
Sure.
And great coaching, and I loved it. And everything that they gave me in coaching, I was like, oh, I've got that. I've got that. I can go back and I can implement that right now. Like I can do it right now at lunch. You know what I mean? Like, because I had the tool. So if you think of it that way too, and a free employee, it's amazing. And it
all the forms and
all the forms,
all of the
everything.
pre-done turnkey tools that come with it.
And
It's
that's what I love about Sola San Diego is because you guys are very innovative. You're always the first. You're just the cool people. Uh,
Well,
so
we
you're
appreciate
catching
that.
us in the beginning. We have an Instagram account we just started, and give us a little grace with it. We're growing. We're a brand new startup company, so we would love anyone to follow us. And that is at SBS underscore coaches underscore. And then Kimmy Kisses, but I'm Kimmy Bennett underscore. And Michael, you are
salon coach.
Salon Coach. And you can DM us.
You have at Salon Coach, no underscores or anything?
Hang on.
Oh,
I'm like, that is awesome.
I know.
Here's the thing. Yours truly has never really done a lot of Instagram. So
he's learning through Soul though.
yes,
His is
exactly.
growing. But
There you go.
you can
Salon coach Michael.
Salon Coach
Salon
Mike.
Coach Michael.
Oh,
I mean,
Yeah.
that's even so good too. I love
Yeah.
yeah.
that.
And then and you can DM either one of us, or we're the ones that are on the eyes behind the Instagram of SBS coaches as well. And so we just wanted to say, because we love you guys so much, we would like, if anybody signed up and started using the app and just followed us on Instagram and DM'd us and said, hey, I signed up from the Sola San Diego podcast. We'll throw in some personal coaching sessions.
Yeah,
That's
I love
amazing.
that. So they follow you and then they shoot you guys a DM and just
Yeah.
say, "Hey, heard you guys on the podcast on Sola San Diego," and then
And they
they'll pay
sign
you
up.
guys. Okay,
And if
cool.
they
Yeah,
sign up, if
right,
they're
sign up.
using
Yeah,
the
of course,
tool.
of course, of
Yeah,
course.
because
Well,
it's hard to personally coach someone if they're not using the tool.
Definitely. No, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
and what we'd like to do is like give them just a quick short tour through it so they see where all of the tools are and how to use them. And then maybe find one specific thing that they really need help with in their business right away and then coach them through that, right? And then of course, if they ever want to continue any live coaching, we can do that as well because we have, a 3-pack session, a 6-pack session, a 12-pack session. So, and again, for some coaching businesses that are out there, they're extremely expensive. This happens to be extremely affordable. So, but again, you've got Soul 24/7, you wake up in the morning and as you're drinking your coffee and you're thinking about your day and you want to know how can I, increase more revenue through my retail sales? well, there you have it.
It's right
We're
there.
talking
And
Yeah.
soul, and you're starting off your day, the right way.
And Michael,
Love it.
also tell them about the education on YouTube that you've already created.
That's right. So we have created some 15-minute videos on our YouTube page. And really what that's all about is if you don't really have the time for it, but you've got 15 minutes where you can sit and watch a video, we've created an educational series like how to do goal setting strategies for a daily, a weekly, and a monthly goal and how to set that. How to optimize your service business through how to creating an upgraded menu. There's so many different things that we're going to continue to add to it just to give it more value. We think Soul is all the value you need, but at the same time, we also know you need the turnkey tools because you do everything in your business from washing color bowls to sweeping hair to taking out the trash to buying your products to
Yes.
confirming your clients. Like, we know what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want to help
And
you.
that's the special sauce in it. It's really, everyone's like, what's the difference between it and Chat GPT? But you really, like you said, Haley, it was programmed by us personally. We over our both of our careers combined have had the most amazing mentors. We've sat through every business course you can think of in the industry over the last 30, 40 years. We like we brought all of that and tried it and made mistakes and grew from it and got uncomfortable and we tried everything, and everything of that works has been programmed into this by two people that do it every day, just like you. So,
Yeah.
this is a Monday because we're out of our studios.
Right.
So we really encourage you guys to follow us on Instagram. We're really trying to make that more robust, but mostly because we're going to start doing Instagram lives. So you guys can interact with us and say, hey, what about this? Or what about that? But we'll also be sharing frequently asked questions. You're only as smart as your AI tool is how you talk to it and ask it questions. So, but we truly know it's so simple. Once you download it and start asking it questions, it's just a great experience.
Yeah, I love that. And the last little tidbit I will say is like, when you download an app and you're like, where did this kind of come from? And like, is this just a programmer that's doing this and then I'm using it and I have no support? Well, you guys have that support with, Kimmy and Michael behind the scenes creating it. And so, we really appreciate your time today coming on the podcast, talking about
Yeah.
this. I think it could really help. We have 800 beauty professionals. Hopefully some people sign up from this podcast and just connect and, work smarter, not harder. Right, guys?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
thank you guys so much.
Thank you for having us. And, please reach out. I've always been, here for everybody. And, download it, give it a try. You can always end it if you need to. We're not like those kind of people. You know what I mean? Because we know you're going to love it and it's going to be great for your business. You can write it off, all those things. But I did want to say, because it is a web-based app, you got to bookmark it and then it's on your phone and you just got it at your fingertips 24/7.
Perfect. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks
All
for
right.
having us.
Bye.
Yeah, of course. Bye, guys.